everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com. I hope you're all okay and well. It's a little movie review today, and it's a little film called Yes, God, Yes. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button, push the bell notification on all these little movie reviews or TV drama reviews I do also, or information vlogs on DVD releases, etc. and cinema releases, fingers crossed, very soon again after the break. Please press that subscription button and the notification button so you get to hear about these. Yes, going to have a look at a little film called Yes, God, Yes today. As I'm recording this, it's just come out to for streaming services over the world, so you'll be able to watch this as I'm recording this, and obviously when you watch it, but I'm not too sure when it'll be going out yet. Yeah, it's a comedy drama film, 15 rating, just an hour and 18 minutes. So if you take out the credits, etc., the titles and stuff, you're probably talking about an hour and 5 or 10 minutes, so not very long at all, really. It's written and directed by Karen Main, which is a sort of directorial debut, and it stars from Stranger Things. You'll know this young lady, Natalia Tyler, obviously well known for Stranger Things, and she stars as the lead in this, called Alice. It's based on a short film of the same name, also starring Natalia Tyler in 2017. If you've seen the actual short film, well, this is virtually a short film in itself, isn't it, really? Also stars Christian Adam, Susan Blackwell and Alicia Bowe. What's it about? Well, it's the Midwest in the early 2000s. 16-year-old Alice has always been a good Catholic girl. However, when an AOL chat turns racy, she discovers masturbation and becomes guilt-ridden. Seeking redemption, she attends a mysterious religious retreat to try and suppress her urges, but it's not easy, especially after a cute boy starts flirting with her. So yeah, that's the basic of the story. There's not much more to be said, really. Is it any good? Well, the critics seem to like it. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics, based on 770 critics reviews, 7.0, give it a 91% positivity rating, and that's 64 fresh reviews and only 6 rotten. So there's a lot of favourability there for it. The audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, again, they like it. Based on 86 people who've left a score, it rates 92%. So again, a very good score. The Metacritic's, the Metascore rating, the Metacritic's, there's actually 16 positives and 2 mixed reviews and no negative reviews. So it scores anywhere between 4.2 and 9.1 out of 10. The film stage's John Fink scored it 9.1 out of 10. He was the highest. He goes on to say, similar to Obvious Child, the film avoids over-the-top tropes and shock value with refreshing sincerity. This is the kind of sex-positive coming-of-age comedy that smart, curious teens truly deserve. Good words. Ty Burr, though, disagreed. The boss from the Boston Globe, I think Ty only gave it 4 out of 10. But his critique is very much in the minority on the critics. He went on to say, flatly filmed, drably lit and sluggishly paced, Yes, God, Yes takes a cheeky premise and slowly lets the air out of it. So, as I said, his view was more or less in the minority. But if you look at the user view on Metascore, the users who actually look at Metascore and put their own scores on, it's only getting 4.2 out of 10, so that's not great. But that's only based on 12 ratings. So you want some real Joe Public user ratings. We look at Internet Movie Database, don't we? And what we've got on Internet Movie Database is a 5.7 out of 10. So again, a bit low, below 6, which is sort of the basic watchable rating. And that's based on almost 600 reviews as I'm recording this. So again, the Joe Public, you and me, not as in love with this film as some of the critics seem to be. Joe Cool on the 29th of July, writing this, quoted, awesome, and went on to say, being raised in a super religious home, I could relate to this movie all the way to the end. Excellent acting and just all around awesome film. Best film I have seen this year. So that is someone who's obviously has a religious background. I'm not really a religious person at all. So you have to go with what people are saying. Some other comments, very good, decent. A shame I can't find eye bleach, so that was a bit of a negative. Funny, not non-judgmental sexual awakening story. Fantastic direction in this indie gem. gem. And as usual, the people who've actually written a review actually are mainly positive, but obviously the vast majority who haven't just put a score in of, and obviously to knock that down to 5.7 out of 10, I've obviously scored it quite below, 3, 4 and 5s out of 10. So, but they've not left a review, so that's always the case. Obviously the people who give something a bad mark are not always going to step up to the plate and give the reasons for it. Right, so my little MGM, my little movie game nostalgia review. I mean, Natalia Tyler is excellent. I mean, she made it watchable for me. It didn't really grab me as such, but the fact that Natalia Tyler stars in this, it just made it so much watchable. Without her, I don't think the film would have been as good. Even though I say the film, I mean, it's just a bit of a bigger, better than a short film, isn't it? It's classed as a comedy drama, but the comedic element was a little weak in my opinion. The only funny elements was watching Natalia Tyler's facial expressions as she witnessed something new in a sexual way for the first time. I loved the way obviously her eyes reacted, her face reacted to things that she saw for the very first time. She's supposed to be 16, so as I said, I'm not really in the Midwest USA. I mean, is this? She seems to have lived a sheltered life. Would that have been quite normal? I don't know. I can only go off what this film's telling me. Obviously, a lot of the children in this thing obviously were not quite as naive as this young lady, but it was an interesting take. I mean, perhaps at an hour and 18 minutes, you don't really get time to get that bored with it. As I said, I didn't think it was great, but I enjoyed watching Natalia. And you don't really get any time to learn about anything about the other characters either. So apart from Natalia, the other sort of come and go, and they're not very interesting characters to watch, to be honest with you. But the critics in general loved it, so I mean, perhaps it's the arty side of it they enjoyed. But I say some of the audience, not so much. People who give scores. It was okay to pass an hour. I mean, I quite enjoyed it. It was okay to pass an hour and a bit. But again, that's just thanks to Natalia. But sadly, I don't think the film will live long in the memory. It's a nice, simple film and a great vehicle for Natalia. It won't do her resume any harm at all, and she does really well in it. But apart from Natalia, there's not much else really to recommend this film. It's an interesting coming-of-age film. How realistic it is, I don't know. I'm not religious. I mean, it pokes a little bit of fun against the Catholic religion, but I mean, it doesn't tell us anything we don't already know about, from our own experience. So, yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. But the trouble is, I'm not going to give it a really good score. I'm more in line with Joe Public, to be honest. My little MGM rating, I'm giving it one of those ratings where I wouldn't put you off watching it, but don't, you could be like me where it's okay, and just forget about it. But certainly if you like Natalia, then please, I'd recommend you watch it all day long. But overall, I'm going to give it a rating of 5.5 out of 10, which is, if you know my little scores, means it's not quite watchable, but I won't put you off watching it. And especially, as I said, if Natalia Tyler, if you enjoy watching that young lady, she does a superb job in this. And the fact it got 5.5 is probably mainly due to her. It probably would have got a 3 or 4 otherwise. So that's my little views on it. The poster, well, when looking at the poster, I mean, again, I'm going to mention the name, Answer Listen, Natalia Tyler fan. I mean, the poster's pretty boring, isn't it? So I'm going to give the poster defeat today. I'm going to let the film defeat the poster just about. I'm going to give the poster 5 out of 10 again because of who's on it, but it's not the most exciting poster, is it, in the world? So I'll give the poster 5 out of 10 and the movie 5.5 out of 10. Please check all my links on screen now on Twitter. And if you're more into Facebook than Twitter, if you friend me on Facebook at Bernard Deneen, just seek out Bernard Deneen. I do post things on Twitter. I'm trying to post things on Facebook at the same time as well, so you can keep up to date on all this movie stuff and TV drama stuff, etc. And please, if you can get a look on moviegamenostalgia.com, that'd be most appreciated. Just old rare DVDs, movie posters from the 1990s and 2000s, some great films, some great actors, and board games on there. So if you can find a couple of minutes just to wander around, even if you don't buy anything, it's good for my Google Analytics and all this sort of thing, footfall and all this technical stuff I don't quite understand. But anyway, thumbs up to you if you can do that, much appreciated. And please, if you can leave me a thumbs up, that'd be great. And tell your friends about this little site if they enjoy movies and TV dramas, etc. Much appreciated. Anyway, if you're going to hopefully you'll join me again for another movie review or TV drama review. What are you going to do with the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. And more importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again, this is Bernard saying, please stay safe everyone. And I'll see you all again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.